Welcome back to the Gulf Streamer. Our hosts today are Shanna Richardson and Brian Boyle. And now, the Gulf Streamer, streaming news you can use.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Gulf Streamer. I'm Shanna Richardson.
And I'm Brian Boyle.
And today we are absolutely privileged to have our National Commissioner, Ellie Morrison, joining us. Ellie, tell us a little about you.
Well, I married an Eagle Scout, and I had no idea that it would change my life forever. And I probably should have had a clue when an application to Philmont showed up in the crib rather than a football. So we've been scouting ever since, and today my husband is a scoutmaster and I'm one of his assistants. Our oldest grandson is in the troop, and our oldest granddaughter is in the girl troop, and I serve as a unit commissioner and as your national commissioner.
What is your current position in scouting and what does it cover?
Well, it depends on which one. Like everybody else, I wear more than one hat. So I'm an assistant scoutmaster. That means I go home and pick up the things my husband forgot. And I am a unit commissioner. So I do all the things that unit commissioners do. I visit my unit and I counsel with my scoutmaster and the committee chair. I go to their meetings. I bring in outside ideas. You know, we do a detailed assessment and we have a unit service plan, all those things that commissioners do. And then I serve as the national commissioner. And probably the biggest thing there is that I'm the chief morale officer, and I look at councils and unit commissioners as though they were my own. And so that's the way I serve them.
That's awesome. So Ellie, for those of our scouters out there that might not be so familiar, tell us, what is the role of a unit commissioner?
Unit commissioner is really a friend to the unit and links the unit to the district committee, where a lot of times the experts are, if you will. And so once you do a detailed assessment, if you will, you can see where the unit needs some help. And you do that in collaboration with the committee chair and the COR and the unit leader. And then once you find out what their goals are and where they want to improve, then you link the strengths of the district committee to their needs. Sort of have gun, will travel.
Why is the commissioner service so important to our scouting movement?
That's the one constant improvement, if you will, that we have that I don't see in other organizations. And it is a security blanket, if you will, for the unit leader to have someone outside the unit to come in with a different perspective, some guidance, some you're not in this alone type feelings, just those kinds of nurturing, if you will, and with constant eye on helping that unit improve their program so the kids in that unit get the best out of scouting that they can.
Ellie, can you tell us, what is the best way for commissioners to help units during this COVID-19 crisis?
Well, it's interesting that you should ask. About a week into this, a couple of us put together a webinar, and it is entitled The Unit Commissioner Responsibilities in the New Normal, if you will, and that is on the commissioner website. It's a great webinar, and I encourage every unit commissioner or council commissioner or district commissioner, if they're wondering what should they be doing, to go and take a look at that webinar. But in short, reach out to your units and encourage them to do some scouting virtually. I created a patch just for this time called the glue and grease, because I believe that commissioners are the glue and grease of scouting. We help units stay together, and we often provide the grease that affects change. And so if a unit commissioner gets hold of his units and finds out that they're virtually scouting and lets me know, I will send a patch. And if he has a unit who has not been virtually scouting, if he can link them up and help them get on that path and let me know, I will send him a patch. So there are details for that on the Commissioner Service page, but I want everybody to have a glue and grease patch.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That's fantastic. The Boy Scouts of America has an incredible history. What are you most excited about for our future in the movement?
Well, the truth to be told, I'm kind of excited about the situation we're in because it has encouraged us and forced us, if you will, to try some things that we have been hesitant to do. And I think some of this virtual scouting will stick around in certain areas and in certain cases. And I'm excited about that we had the courage, if you will, to step out and keep on scouting virtually and see what sticks, what likes, and go from there.
That's a wonderful message. So do you have any other message you would like to share with our scouts and scouters?
You know, I think the way that we react to the virus and to the situation we find ourselves in is a training ground for these kids. Every generation has some significant event that shapes the way that those kids and that generation approach challenges in their future lives. And through virtual scouting, if we can keep the kids scouting, keep them feeling like they're accomplishing something, and at the same time encourage them to reach out in service to others, even if it's in just a small way, I think it will make a difference as they face challenges in the future. So that's my goal, to help them get on the right path where they'll be on the right path for the rest of their lives.
That again is such a fantastic message. And we are very, very blessed to be able to welcome you on our show today, Ellie Morrison, our National Commissioner. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of the Gulf Streamer.
Thank you for watching another episode of the Gulf Streamer.